your mornings on a very, very beautiful past 7 right here in Nigeria's capital, ABJ. My name is Owigho. Today is the almighty 14th of February.
Yes, the day some people set aside to fornicate, not to preach the love about Saint Valentine.
Yeah.
The day they've set aside to Owigho and Alagosios, their long time planning. And to parents of the teenagers, please do everything possible. If you don't want to hear any results by April or March, do everything possible to make sure that your female child is locked up.
Locked up.
Locked
But it's
up.
locking up not too harsh. How about making them understand that it's not for you? You know what I'm saying? So married folks only. Like let them understand the reason. You're kind of discouraging them from going into stuff like that. Nobody said you shouldn't love or be loved, but it's time for everything. Now it's time for your books.
With the level that these men are promising these children, iPhone, this and this. One of my friends said that she was able to lose all this flower with on Valentine's Day, and the guy promised to get her a phone and all that, and the guy was just saying, just the cap, just the cap, just the cap.
Is it a face
and
cap?
The cap was now oversized.
The cap is big,
very big cap for the head, and before you get to understand, the guy got a agege bread. And after that, where is the phone that you promised me now? The guy now bought her a torchlight phone. So, let's just start from somewhere.
So imagine those who lost theirs, right? 15 years ago because of BlackBerry Bold 2.
Yes.
Where is BlackBerry Bold 2 today?
It's not in the market anymore.
And you can't get your V back.
Exactly. And that is what I always tell people. I said, and for those who bought a new car, they bought new car and they call it new model.
Yeah.
But when time comes, that car will become old model. And when the car become old model, you now start looking for
another new
model of car. iPhone will not stop by producing iPhone. They started from iPhone 1. Now there are 16. And very soon, before the end of this year, 17 will also come out. And when 17 also come out, before you get to know, 19. You don't go 19 will come out. And when iPhone 19 come out, what did you get? You lose. Because you're the one to lose, not them. You are the one to lose. You lose your integrity as a woman. You lose your integrity as a man. And what is so special about Valentine? For those who don't know, let's quickly tips. Yesterday, we give out about 200,000 naira to 10 people, 20 people to enable them to reach out to do one or two things. A Saint Valentine is a saint in the Catholic Church and also the Orthodox Church, who actually value the works of those who are in the prison to show love to them. Because at a point, a lot of men are in the prison and live with their wife at home, while some women are also in the prison. No one could come out to celebrate or to bring them up together. But Valentine actually went to the prison to gather these people and sit them down and talk to them and play with them and share roses, flower for them with them. Then it was being upon them that, okay, come for you who are practicing gay or lesbianism in this, then you'll be able to come out of it, so that you'll be able to know that when you go out there, the love and is still there. And I begin to see why people carried Valentine as one big things on their head that they will not be able to see the other side. We have the International Day for Women, International Girls Child Day, International Boyfriends Day, International Girlfriends Day that you can celebrate. And for you who are actually waiting for your man, I put it in bracket, you are actually waiting for your man, that today your man must post you, today your man must write sweet thing about you, then you are not in a relationship. Because that man is meant to celebrate your good character every day
of his life.
Every day of his life.
Not only Valentine's
Not on
Day.
Valentine's Day. That man is meant to celebrate you every day. That man need to. And to you too, as a man, my wife is this, is that, is this. How your wife want to celebrate you? He should celebrate you every day of our life. And if you're listening to us across anywhere, and those who are actually watching us on social media, and those who are watching directly now from TikTok and YouTube and Facebook, those who have the opportunity, please do us a favor, share this, like, tap on the screen for us, make it go viral so that people will learn and also go down straight to the newspaper review, because a lot of things is happening and a lot of things will continue to happen. Please, parents, those who have teenagers at home, please, all your girls today,
and the boys too,
and the boys, and there's something we need to quickly drive in Owigho. If other things will not, just like in the next 10 to 5 minutes.
2 actually.
2 minutes. Okay, please. Because now we tutor the girl child how to sit down, and we don't tutor the boy child how to behave. A lot of us as men, we are dying in silence and dying earlier before the girls. The reason is because whenever we are in pain, they told us not to cry. They told us we are a man, men don't cry. And now you tell a girl child how to dress. Owigho, do you know that it was so being painful and shocking that yesterday I was at a certain area where a mother actually fainted. What made this mother to fainted? She discovered that her 14 years old daughter have 5 different kind of sex toys.
How many years old?
14 years old daughter
already has 5 different sex toys.
5 different sex toys. And now in the question and all that when we start asking the girl is that she was able to achieve those things from her pocket money that mommy and daddy used to give her, and because her guardian and her counselor in the school told them that instead of them going close to men to have unwanted pregnancy, whenever they are listen, they should find a way to clear the urge. Now, what urge will a 14 years old girl start having? One. Secondly, what kind of tutor is that? And now, when we started asking this young girl, how do you now get to buy this? She said she ordered it online. Now, she ordered it online. I'm not going to call names of any company. Please and please, whenever you are advertising for things like this, please make sure you tell them that it's from 18 years and above.
18 and above.
Please, let's do what the alcohol company, cigarette company are doing.
Not to be sold to persons less than 18.
Exactly.
And if you are going to deliver this kind of product, right, this item, and then when you get there, you see that the person who comes out to receive it is a minor. You say, Auntie Noves, they say I should bring it back if it's a minor.
So
call your older one to get it. If someone asks you to buy it, call the person. Please. If you cannot call anybody, carry and go back.
Please.
And refund them.
Please, because
we have to put our hands together to make our society into what we want it to be. Remember they say now one person they born, but now the entire compound and street,
family,
community,
the entire community, they train that pikin. So please, for those ladies, I'm not going to call your name. You know what I am talking about. That you are an ambassador to these sex toys. please, if you have produced a sex toy to satisfy the urge of a woman and the women are not going close to the men, how do we now stop the chances of molestation, sexually harassment, sexually abuse? Okay, look at what happened between a TikToker in the school with the lecturer, and you now see that some men, some fathers who are daft, some people who doesn't even know what they are doing or what they are saying from their left and right, some people now started appointing blame on the lecturer. That number one, you need to pass. When you know you need to pass, you are supposed to say, excuse me, you are not supposed to touch the lady. How? Number one, that girl with that man, are they of the same age? Number two, this is your lecturer. Who is you? Which particular this student know that this man is a lecturer? Who your parents send you to school to go and learn for you to become somebody? I'm so ashamed of men or some people or women who are doing analysis about this.
Let's just leave it. Let's jump to the headlines real quick. Let's start with this day newspaper. It says, "Go to hell. Ribadu tells Canada for denying CDS senior military officers visa." Stories on this day newspaper. Go to hell. Ribadu tells Canada for denying CDS senior military officers visa. The National Security Advisor, NSA, Malam Nuhu Ribadu, has expressed outrage against Canadian Embassy for denying Chief of Defense Staff, CDS General Christopher Musa, and other Army chiefs visas. Speaking at the maiden annual lecture of the National Association of the Institute for Security Studies, in collaboration with the Department of State Services, DSS, Ribadu said the North American country can go to hell. Ribadu was reacting to comments by the CDS, who narrated how he and other top military officers were billed to be in Canada for an official assignment on Wednesday, but they were denied visas. Musa said the Canada event was about honoring war veterans. He said the denial was a clear reminder that the country must stand on its own, stand strong as a nation, and should no longer be taken for granted. According to him, every disappointment is a blessing. Yesterday, I was meant to be in Canada. There's an event to honor our veterans, those that were injured during battle, and we were meant to be there. So we were invited with our team. Half is gone, and half has been denied. It's very disappointing, Musa said. Ribadu, who could not hide his displeasure, commended the CDS for speaking about the incident. So thank you for the courage to say Canada denied you visas. They can go to hell, the NSA said. He added that even though it's painful, it's disrespectful, but we are peaceful and strong. And I agree with you that it's time to fix our country. Is there anything wrong with what he said?
No. Nothing is wrong, because when we look at it right from beginning, I've said it all, that the president, the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu must be on the toe, and they must work, and you can begin to see the results coming out gradually, and to the all. For all our own malcautiously acts, our own malcautiously act has made us to look as if we are beggars before other countries.
International
community. Listen, in the times of when the ECOMOG armory was set up, Nigeria still remained the best ECOMOG in the whole African region. There will remain the best land ECOMOG battle in the whole world.
True.
When we talk about the guerrilla fight, Nigerian military is there. When we talk about the Obe fight, Nigeria is there, and that is where that particular word, he must obey. That you see people shouting, "Oh Shebe." There's no word called "Oh Shebe." He must obey. That is the pronunciation during the time of Lord Lugard and during the time of the amalgamation of when the joint world military collaboration comes together. Now, thank God that they are not going there for to go and acquire skills or knowledge. They are only going there for an event for them to be honored. Who is Canada? Canadian cannot survive without Nigerians. Canadians cannot survive without Nigerians.
Even the country in itself at a point had to open their gates. I say, please, we need Nigerians to come over.
We need Nigerians to come over and for them to come and be a citizen.
If not be see finish, take us some.
If not see finish, as I'm talking to you, I have 10 years Canadian visa, including my children, and I have not even go to the airport to say I want to travel to Canada.
I mean, they say our CDS what
jackpot. Because we have the syndrome, because we did not develop our education, we did not develop our health infrastructure, we did not develop a lot of things on our own ground, and that is why this other country who cannot survive without Nigerians. They cannot survive without Nigerians, and that is why they look us lesser than who we are. That is why they look us lesser than who we are.
It's those people that are even allowing them to look us
because majority of us, we look at our work, we don't take it very well.
I will tell you.
Just imagine a typical strong point is driving, a producer is somewhere not to drive, and tomorrow you will sit down and you want to go and say you have an experience to go and apply for a job, and they look at you.
People what are the things begging you?
People that are supposed to be begging you. And well, let me deviate a little. In 2015, when I mimicked the former First Lady of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, I had an opportunity to travel to a country, South Africa, for a performance. Now, after submitting my passport, normally South African visa, as of then, you have to wait for 24 days. But because of the urgency of the job and the company who are inviting me, because it was on water aids, you understand me? Now they have to fast it, write a letter to the Home Commission in South Africa, and the Home Commission in South Africa requested that the one in Nigeria should able to issue that visa for me, because as of that time I was the sky of the moment in entertainment. And what happened when I got the visa, when we immediately I arrived South Africa, something happened. What happened? It was made as a public announcement that Nigeria passport this way, other passport this way. And I had my passport and I look at it, and we all boarded South African airline.
Same plane.
We boarded South African airline, not Nigeria Airways, not Nigeria aircraft. We boarded South Africa airline, and when we landed, and they are telling us at the airport in Johannesburg that Nigeria passport this way, other passport this way. And I moved down to other passports.
With your Nigerian passport?
With my Nigerian passport. And when I got to the place, the immigration person said, we said Nigeria passport this way and other passport this way. And I told the immigration, I said, what I carried in my hand is an ECOWAS passport.
Very good. Not the Nigeria passport.
Not Nigeria passport. And moreover, what do you mean by Nigeria passport this way, other passport this way? They said that is a policy. And the next thing, another person tried to engage me in word, and the next thing is, let's get the passport. They collected the passport from me and slide the passport, and they got to discover that after sliding my passport to put on the scan, that I was invited by the South African government. And immediately I told them at the airport that you must apologize to this Nigerians.
Straight up.
During the time of the apartheid, Nigeria spent money. We raise South Africa.
We give them aid.
We give them aid. We give them money that we did not collect back.
We allow some people come and hide themselves.
You understand? So now you are now telling me Nigeria passport this way, other passports this way.
In Africa.
Because your economy is better than us. Because they have a good leader who value their citizens.
In Africa.
They have a good leader, a quality leader who can speak. They will tell you, Isoleto, Africa. But Africa does not work.
In that side.
What work is Isoleto? Isoleto, Africa. That is meaning, let's work together, unite ourselves as an Africa. And there, the no one who is trying to show love to Nigerians. Because if you're showing love to Nigeria the way Nigerians are showing love to you, you don't need to bring us down. Number one, our chief of defense staff will not apply for a visa without government letter headed. A government letter headed. Document must be backed up with it from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs.
Even when you see the office of the chief of defense staff alone,
now
that's literally like the person where president sent. It's like saying the president sent him to you, and you tell the president go to hell.
Yes.
Do you understand?
Now that is what I'm trying to say. That the Canadian embassy or whosoever in charge of the visa should come out and give
detailed explanation of what happened and why they were denied.
Of what they were denied. Let me shock you. When I went to American embassy, when you go to embassy, why some of you lose your visa is not because you have a fake paper or a fake document. It's because you are not bold enough to face these people.
True that.
When I went to American embassy, I went to American embassy with my daughter. The both of us wanted to travel, and they were asking me a question, and I told the lady who was interviewing me, asking me question that, okay, you're going to America to do what? I said, I want to go America and go play.
No, thank you.
He said, the lady looked at me, and the next thing she started typing, Oni Lukman, popularly known as Ambassador Wahala, you're a comedian, are you going for a comedy concert or a comedy show? I said, if I'm going for a comedy show, I will apply a walking visa.
Because that's your work.
That is my work, but I am going to relax and spend my hard-earned money that I have worked for in Nigeria. He said, okay, we're checking your hotel reservation. You've not made a payment on hotel reservation. I say, why will I make a payment when if you did not give me visa and the money will not be refunded?
Yeah.
And the lady
never get visa.
And the lady looked at me and collected my passport with my daughter. We did our thumbprint and all that, and said DHL something. And I just walked out. And other people who were there, a man was denying visa right in my presence, and the man said Jesus. Another one was denying visa in my presence, and they will say, what the fuck?
Child.
In the embassy.
Inside the embassy.
When you are facing with the glass and all that. And I laughed. My daughter was like, they've collected our passport. I said, for them to collect our passport, they are giving us visa. But if they return our passport the way they've returned to those people, now the visa American gave me and my daughter was a watch visa list to know if I am going to do a comedy performance.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So you give a visa, but the money put eye for head.
Money put eye for this guy when he come this country with this visa. So sometimes when we look at it also, you see some of our military officers who apply visas and at the end of it, immediately they push them for work. They
don't go back. Use the visa and go and run away. Use the visa and but our CDS we know our chief of defense staff is.
So a lot of people need to be to come out for an answer.
Yeah.
Because number one, DIA, we always know why this person want to travel. A document always been signed in the office of the CDI.
Yeah.
That is Chief Defense Intelligence.
Exactly.
Because there is no how that our CDI will be traveling out of the country that defense attaché will not be involved. So does it mean that there are documents that are not okay, or they did not follow the right procedure,
or were they too many who were going for that particular event? Because what no about said was that half of them were giving while the other half were not.
Yes.
And it seems as though those who were giving were not as senior as the other senior officers who were denied.
Yes. So
they first give their juniors, can't deny their oga.
Yes. Now so that those juniors who they give now, if they reach a Canadian people now will start to work on their brain. Come, how much are you receiving as a salary in Nigeria?
Come, I'll give you training for
No, come, let's just do 2 or 3 month training and we'll give you your rank in Nigeria higher, and they pay you like maybe $20,000 per month. Those ones, their ear go open. So why they denied Ogas visa? Now, so that if the Ogas where they there, follow them go, they consider those was one japa, and they know that the military is obeyed before complain. The fit jack them say, oh yeah, let us go back home. Canada don't take style. They won't steal our junior officers.
Can we just say no more? In fact, let me give anybody visa again. Nobody said it's an opportunity for us to even fix our country. In fact,
yes,
it's a slap on our face.
Yes,
Canada can go to hell.
Yes,
so I love fix our country.
I love that from Malam Nuru Rubado.
I like when I saw it, I was like, yes, way to go, man.
That is what we in PG language we call and say in lamba them.
You give the lamba.
Notoriously.
Even
now, Trump, they talk say immigrants should go back. Now he don't find way for immigrants to stay.
Immigrants, we go reach there, finish. You'll begin to wonder where to carry car. Justin, Tinubu arrives Ethiopia for AU summit. This one is coming on the Punch newspaper. Tinubu arrives Ethiopia for AU summit. President Bola Tinubu arrives in Addis Ababa, the Ethiopian capital, to participate in the 38th ordinary session of the Assembly of the African Union Heads of State and Government. The meeting is slated for February 14 to 18, 2025. Special advisor to the president on information and strategy, Bayo Onanuga, disclosed this in a statement he signed in the early hours of Friday, titled President Tinubu Arrives Ethiopia for AU Summit.
Yes.
The president was received at the airport by the Ethiopian Deputy Chief of Protocol, Estetu Ligis, Minister of Foreign Affairs, Yusuf Tugar, and the charge the affairs of the Nigerian Embassy in Ethiopia, Nasir Aminu, the statement said. So he's there.
Yes, and President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the Ashwaji of our own time, the Jagaba, Dobutwali, Twa Baboski. Baba don't come back from France, right?
Yeah.
I'm from France now. Baba don't enter Addis Ababa, the federal capital of Ethiopia. Yes, it's a good thing but Baba should make sure that yes, every stone must be touched and every hands must be on the decks so that Nigeria can actually move forward, and Nigeria should remain the giant of Africa that we are, and we should always make sure that and in times of reaching out and let our communication be vibrant. Already we have educated presidents.
True that.
And we have a man who has ruled as a governor, a man who has served as a senator, and now is the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So there's no cause for alarm. There's no shaking Nigeria. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu will come with a good news and a good vibe that will really make us see the other side of what the economic summit will actually comes out from.
All right. This one here is talking about Shetima to International Labour Organization, DG. It says Tinubu is passionate about workers' welfare. Shetima to ILO DG. Tinubu is passionate about workers' welfare.
Yes.
This one is coming from the Vanguard. The Vice President, Senator Kashim Shettima, yesterday told the Director General of the International Labour Organization, ILO, Mr. Gilbert Hongo, that President Bola Tinubu was passionate about the welfare of Nigerian workers.
Yes.
Shettima reaffirmed the federal government's dedication to the welfare of members of the organized labor, inclusive economic policies and wage reforms.
Yes.
According to the Vice President, the President was committed to a thriving workforce and an efficient labor ecosystem.
Yes.
Speaking during a meeting with a delegation led by the visiting DG of the ILO, Mr. Hungbo, and the Minister of Labor and Employment, Alhaji Mohammed Dingyadi, Shettima lauded what he described as Nigeria's vibrant labor movement and its role in national development. He said, we have a very vibrant labor movement led by a competent and patriotic Nigerian. President Tinubu is deeply passionate about the welfare of Nigerian workers. We raised the minimum wage and most states have started implementing it. Some have even gone beyond the 70,000 naira agreed by at the national level. I commend the Nigeria Labour Congress NLC for their statesmanship and commitment to workers' rights. Mr. President is actually very, very, very committed.
No, that's solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. And shall always fight for our rights. Yes. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu was once a worker.
True that.
Because when we look at all his CV that he did present to us, he was one time an accountant to an oil company.
Yeah.
And it was so, and he knows the pain and he knows the feeling of the worker. And that is why he never jokes with the welfare of the workers. And to the Nigeria Labour Congress, let's keep all our hands on decks and let's still keep watching. And when you know that just for them to know that the more the salary of the labor is being increasing, that is the more the cost of prices things get high in the market.
Because you increase minimum wage to 50,000.
Yes.
They increase for it to 1,000.
Yes, and you increase minimum wage now to 70,000.
Yeah.
Yes, now no labor is coming out to say, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, we are trying, because now, as for now, NNPC has reduced the fuel pump price to 945 naira.
Yeah.
And Dangote has reduced his own to 920 naira. You can see that the market
is being competitive.
So,
and they told you before, they said market forces will determine the price.
So
NNPC GMD has been saying it. Say market forces, they want to bring it to a point where the market forces are the one that will determine the price.
Yes.
If the cost of production goes up, the price go up. If international cost of crude oil goes up, it affects the national price or international price. So definitely the price will also go up locally.
Yes.
So those are the market forces.
Exactly. And the way they are doing it now, I'm even very, very happy. The way the telecommunication and are doing their own per call for 52 seconds. And when some people cannot even last for they cannot last on the phone call for 2 minutes.
That's 2 minutes now.
They just say your alaga is
remaining 1 minute.
I are there to struggle to give a conversation that needs to last for like 30 minutes.
20, 15, 30 minutes.
But you just have only 2 seconds.
The next thing you hear, 1 minute remaining.
1 minute.
The person on the other side will hear silence.
Once you don't hear that silence. And you know Nigerians, I don't like this thing. Why are you laughing like this now?
I think I'm embarrassing though.
Yes, no, and you know
I was on the radio one day. I was interviewing. I was speaking with somebody over the phone, and then my producer just gave me the phone, and I just start. The next thing I hear, 1 minute, as in the thing go out.
Yes, now. And that lady that is saying that thing has no regard for anybody.
Man, don't get respect.
And Nigerians are so very funny. You not say, sorry, I run out of airtime.
Yeah.
So when you want to make a very longer call, why did you
not run into airtime first?
You don't run into airtime to see.
Like when you start the call, you not run out of it.
And that is why when you take a lot of sugary things, you'll not be able to deliver
long in your
calls. And by the time you are not making that vibrant call. Then you now see that your partner is somewhere looking for somebody that is taking agbo.
You just realize they should put our phone for silent. Leave it on vibration.
Hey, I'm not aware of what you're saying because children.
Valentine edition.
People are listening to us at home and in their cars and supermarkets and place of work. So in case you find the two of us outside, you know that Owigho is the one who's actually.
There was an altercation yesterday between the men of the Nigeria Police Force and men of the Nigerian Air Force, somewhere in Delta State. And the Air Force has come out to speak about the fight between its personnel and police operatives over drug suspects. The Nigeria Police Force, stories coming from Premium Times, by the way. The Nigeria Police Force says it was taking disciplinary measures against its personnel who who were engaged in a public fight on Tuesday with police operatives in Warri, Delta State, over the arrest of a drug suspect. Premium Times earlier reported a story about a video clip on X which showed armed naval personnel and police operatives throwing punches at one another along a road while people stood by to watch.
And people carry their phone to record.
They record them. Bright Edafe, the police spokesperson in Delta, described the incident as disgraceful while confirming it in a post on X on Thursday. The policemen attached to QRS were on their way with a suspect found in possession of substances suspected to be codeine, Indian hemp, and Canadian loud. But the personnel of the Air Force who happens to know the suspects intercepted and insisted that the policemen must release them before proceeding. Hence, they attacked the policemen unprovoked. Mr. Edafe, the superintendent of police, said on his post on X. He said that the conflict between the two security organizations was being attended to, and added that there is a cordial relationship between the Nigeria Air Force and Delta State and the Nigeria Police Command in the state under the leadership of Commissioner of Police Olufemi Abaniwanda.
Olufemi Abaniwanda, not Abaniwanda. Olufemi Abaniwanda.
Sounded like Naramali's song. Blessing the Abaniwanda.
Okay, a very quick one. How long are we going to stop disgracing ourselves nationally and internationally?
I tell you,
because those people who actually recorded it, posted it, and international community and other forces are looking at us because they identify with their uniform. Number one is police, NDLA. It's Air Force, NDLEA, because that is the job of NDLA.
That's the job that's police first. Police is like a general law enforcement agency.
Yes.
They can effect an arrest and hand over to NDLEA when necessary.
Yes. Now, when who passed the arrest order?
Police don't arrest.
No.
Because the person they arrested knows an Air Force personnel. He can't call them. Say, hey, police don't arrest me.
The Air Force personnel now being so stupid. To quote, sorry for that, NBC, being so accused to come out and say then
they should let him go.
They should let him go. Let him go to where? To go and use those things to destroy the life of our children.
Do you know whether they are taking it for Valentine codeine?
Yeah, there is a mix up already.
You see,
and I don't want to call products name. You see, some people will go to FIR because somebody I know has actually went to go and put both extension, dye the hair, tint, and all that. Order for fish. Order for fish. Order for fish, and now they are mixing something inside the fish. And I was hearing it though. When they were telling the people about fish, now they are not told me. The person is not telling me, Ambassador, what time are you joining us for the Valentine party? Me, make I come chop fish way
from there. One or two things.
Before you know, they'll come carry phone, they record my nakedness. No, that will not. For
Wake up and you see yourself online.
For the Air Force officer, please, it is not good. And for the fight, it is a very distracting and also embarrassing to the armed forces. Because when you talk about the armed forces, the police is there.
Is there any kind of superiority that the armed forces, talking about the Army, Navy, Air Force, that they're supposed to have over the police? Because they seem to want to wield one kind of superiority.
It's because we don't really know this, the line of duty and the lines of job.
Their roles are not completely spelled out
for them.
Because they seem to be conflicted.
Most people who are to be with the civilians are the police.
Police can arrest Air Force. Air Force can arrest
police. Yeah. Yes. But now, because we don't even know the role of duty and high ranking in the space of there is no cordial working relationship. You don't understand? I was watching an event one time. I don't know the former IG and the former chief of army staff, and they walked in. The IG walked in and salute the chief of army staff. And the chief of army staff did not even raise his own hand back. He only put his hand like down. And I felt so bad. Whether you like it or not, the both of you occupy the same level. You are the chief of army.
You're the number one.
One in the army, and this man is the number one in the police.
When we were having National Security Council meeting, 12 and a bit.
Seats. The 2 of them seats. So now, but and I leave it for the top military officers and uniform personnel or security experts to analyze on that area.
Yeah. So the Police Service Commission, you are hereby called. The Nigeria Police Force, you're hereby called. Your officers and men, they need training and retraining.
Yes, so
they
that
need orientation and reorientation.
Because I've witnessed is something that an Air Force guy was having an issue with somebody, and this person has his brother as army. Yeah. You know, army and Air Force is different. And the army, when he came, they speak a language. I heard the word awa. You understand? And both of them started communicating in a language, and they went aside, leaving the civilian. And they were communicating, and in the course of their communication, they were able to resolve that issue. For a very long time, I've not seen the Navy, Air Force, and Army fighting. It's very, very long.
Yeah.
Only in those days that we experienced that along Barnawa Road in Kaduna.
No, they still see themselves as brothers and sisters, having gone to the same academy.
You understand?
But they feel like these police were not go NDA. They went to police academy. They're not rich. And civil defense, we no go.
Wait now.
They're not
allow
rich.
me, police.
Go.
No see civil defense as his brother.
Before you talk of army.
But you know, there's a police. No even see civil defense.
As his brother.
Police, they fight civil defense.
Rival.
And then they hold gun. Two of them. Police, when they fight immigration. And immigration, they hold gun. Police, they fight prison warder. And then they hold gun.
All of them, they hold gun.
And the other time, DSS and police and what is it called? Army. They were fighting for who to carry a Emefiele. They were struggling. He's going to our custody. Is not.
And we go keeper.
This was saying we go keeper. So
the man is Germany.
No, that is the only secret court man we have in Nigeria.
Where they vomit money?
Is the highest secret court. The number of court case that man have, even to his children, they will still remember, and they were going to write a book. There was a former CBN governor called Emefiele.
These court cases are more than any
secret court. For who be secret court? Who goes you?
Popular OAP Nedu Wazobia steps down from the Honest Bunch podcast. You want to take that? Are we going to have Pidgin News?
We're going to take that on the Pidgin News, but to be quickly, let's address it before we take it on the Pidgin News, because it's something that really shows the immaturity of our influencers on the social medias. Immaturity of our influencers, because they are influencing into the life of people. And I was told that the very dark man was on the live yesterday on his TikTok to have a conversation with a lady allegedly that he said that Nedu told him that he have actually slept with this and this and this. And when we come to look at it, number one, who is the owner of gossip? Women gossip, not men. Men knows how to keep secrets.
Men only gist. So
how come that the secrets that your fellow man tell you becomes something to use to the damage of the young lady? And now, to be quickly to let very dark man know, for those of us who sit, who analyze, that very dark man was not even sensible enough to pick from the word from that young lady yesterday. We sit down, we watch, and we analyze. When he was asking the young lady question, some certain question, that is it true that Nedu has slept with you? And now intelligent question, and that gave a lot of us mind of conviction that really something like that might have happened between Nedu and the girl.
What was her answer?
But her answer was, I have been hearing this. Not even only Nedu, but they have been saying it with other influencer. All I know is I have never slept with any content creator or any influencer to make name. Now the girl was so very, very smart enough.
I get not smart. Why did she sue for defamation?
No, let me tell you something. Number one, this girl is an orphan.
No matter.
No, I'm coming. This girl is an orphan. And this girl also took advantage of this to sell her product. Now, look at what this lady, immediately after the live conversation between her and Very Dark Man, she started talking about a movie for people to go and watch on the YouTube. And quickly she has gotten over 2.something million views on that particular movie.
With a defamed personality.
Now, sometimes when we look at it, and we see that Nigerians use the advantage of what to talk to put money in their pocket, and that is what is affecting our society.
Because when the money comes your character has been destroyed.
Now, yesterday, people who started analyzing when that lady was on TikTok with Very Dark Man, they were gifting Very Dark Man, they were gifting the girl. The Rattle came on board. And they were gifting lion, money gun, spray, and order, which those results to money. And a TikTok analyzer analyzed that yesterday. That apart from the people who went to stream this lady's movie on the YouTube, that sit down and analyze the gift that lady got yesterday, that is close to $20,000.
So that was VDM's way of compensating.
Yes, that is just the truth. Because number one, the Very Dark Man also has know that he has made a mistake. And you know, the only way, because he's a very smart person, the only way he could amend that thing was to have that young lady on this. And I love what Very Dark Man also did at the end. Again, he was being sarcastic. And he tendered an apology to the young girl. And meanwhile, Nedu has now stepped down from the Honest podcast. So we are waiting for Nedu legal action. But a man who does not know, who does control his mouth, we end up getting
following dead body
into the problem of the exomonated and acalamusty, rivadoticious, willability, and kangarostic. Yes, if I'm taking a very bribant conversation, please let the doers to pick shot, and because I need to throw a shot on the PG News. So the doers, please take your phone, stand by, and let's take the doers of shot.